The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. We got the man Lil Sknow in Melbourne, man. How you doing at the Slothy Studios?
Yeah, chilling, bro. Just kicking back. Just finished doing a track, and yeah, just a bit stoned. So bear with me.
Nah, you're all right, man. Expect nothing less. Now, yeah, look, thanks for jumping on. We just briefly were talking about the first time we met was actually in Adelaide. You were down with ChillinIt Wombat. The boys did that bars clip that ended up on the channel. You guys had that gig. And yeah, that was the first time we met. That was 2018. So now 2023, 5 years later, we finally managed to get you on the channel. So thank you very much, man.
Nah, it's all good. I don't mind the wait.
Now, because it's your first time, we want to get your story front to back as best as we can. And obviously, we'll cover all the music stuff. But just before the music stuff, to get a bit of background of yourself before you started doing the rap and shit. Now, you're actually not born in Australia. You're born in America, in Arizona.
Yeah. Born in Tucson, Arizona.
And so how old were you when you came to Australia?
I was 6 years old. So I easily, got used to the accent and all of that. But I definitely would consider myself an American before an Australian, but not in any sort of bad way. Just when I was a little kid, I always thought because I used to do sprinting and athletics and shit. And so I always thought if I ever got to some national level, I'd definitely choose to represent the US. But, nowadays I just don't give a fuck about nationality or whatever.
Now, when you've moved to Australia, did you first move to Melbourne and you've been in Melbourne ever since?
Yeah. So moved to Melbourne because my mum was born in Sydney. She was raised most of the time raised in Sydney, but did high school in Melbourne. And then she I don't know, she was doing shit at zoos and stuff. And my dad was also working with zoos, and they met up in America. And then they had my oldest brother in America, then they had my middle brother in Melbourne, and then they had me back in America. And then my parents divorced, and my mum wasn't able to stay in America because her visa was attached to my dad, who was an American citizen. So she was classified as an alien, and then she had to basically leave the country or find a job, and it was just too hard to find a job. So she came back to Australia, lived with my grandparents for a little bit, and then we were able to get a place rented out, and then we were able to move into a suburb that was pretty much, it was set up for war veterans from World War I and World War II, but eventually cunts die, and so a lot of people started buying that, and the schools just went up in value. And so when we first moved in there, our roof was caving in, and we had buckets around the house just to catch water. And then as my mum worked as a single mum 8 hours a day, whatever, she would try and get everything better, and eventually we ended up having a relatively nice house that she managed to sell for a decent bit. But I was fucking well into my 20s by then, moved out, and she's a very frugal individual. She's pretty frugal as well. But so that's the history behind that. And then my dad eventually moved over, and the funny thing about that is he's actually Welsh, but he hated England and thought America was the fucking bee's knees. And so he eventually moved back over, and I'd see him once every couple of weeks or once a week at the start, and then slowly just sort of, some parents just think life differently to their kids,
Now, when you talk about the area that you moved into that then, developed over time, have I got this correctly? Is it called Kew Balwyn in the east of Melbourne?
No. It's called Balwyn. And
Balwyn.
Yeah, Balwyn.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can say Balwyn, I guess. But yeah, and then Kew is the neighbouring suburb. It's not right next to each other, but it's 15 minutes on the tram. And
okay.
Yeah, so the suburb's always been nice. It's on the east side, it's not a real bad suburb or whatever. But it's just that over time it just got, it's 20 minutes from the city. it's like there's parkland around. Like if you understand what the fuck raises property value, then you know people look for certain things to buy in. You know, you don't want to buy close to industrial estates and shit. But yeah, so like it wasn't like I was raised in the fucking hood or anything like that. But you know, anybody who knows anybody, you go to fucking a Macca's and you meet some cunt, you don't know what school he goes to. That cunt fucking might be the hardest cunt that you've ever met, bro. But you got no idea that he actually went to fucking a grammar school and the motherfucker's parents are fucking both lawyers or some shit. You know, like there's backstories to everybody, but it's not always what they put on, right? But yeah, so you know, my mum would work all the time, right? And I only had one parent at home. So by the time I was in high school, I didn't have to go home. There was nobody home calling me up being like, you got to come here right now. And even if my mum did say that, it was like, what are you going to do? Like, come over and like belt me? Like, nah, like I didn't come from that sort of a family. So I will admit, like I was a pretty disrespectful, you know, stuck up little kid. But at the same time, it wasn't like I got, you know, pocket money and allowance all the time, especially once I turned into a teenager. And it was like, you got to get a job, you got to get a job, blah, blah, blah. And I was just too concerned with like being whatever was fucking gonna get me in trouble, right? And so, you know, you end up crossing certain tracks and like finding different people around your neighborhood and stuff that know other people from other neighborhoods. And like, it's just, you know, the way I grew up was just more diverse in a sense. Like, it wasn't like everybody in my neighborhood was a certain something, because the majority of the neighborhood was white, yeah? So if you didn't necessarily feel like you fitted in with the Aussie blokes, you just had like, I guess like a much more diverse group of people than just say they're all from one specific area. And so I would have like lots of mates from lots of different backgrounds, and that would sort of take me to different parts of Melbourne and shit. And so I never really felt like I was like even like a Melbourne cunt. Like I always just picked up different bits and pieces from like different cunts that I'd meet up with and stuff.
Now you're growing up in the inner east,
yeah,
which isn't a bad area, but then in your teenage years, I think when you were around 16, 17, there was an incident where you got stabbed.
Yeah, so in one of my songs, I think one of the first ones that I did a video to, like Louis Theroux, I did a line that's like, 17 I got shivved, 17 I got shanked, copped a sweet and stayed on my feet, blah blah blah. But yeah, so basically what happened was just internal politics, you know, just one cunt says to another cunt about something, and then, you know, some dude hooks up with some guy's missus or some guy's sister or some shit, and it slowly just starts to, you know, build up tension between people who live in different areas or whatever. And eventually it just escalated to a point where like 2 or 3 people were just sort of really going hard at each other. And because, you know, people hang around with other people, right? Like, so if your mate gets into a fight, you back them up, right? And it was basically just a situation where one cunt was saying shit to another cunt, and it just got out of hand, and a whole bunch of other people got involved, and before you know it, you know, shit's going down. But yeah, so I got shanked twice in the ribs, and went to the hospital, and the government paid for the whole thing, which was pretty hectic, because it was something to do with it being in a public place. But yeah, and they wouldn't let me get out of the hospital till I took a shit and they examined it, and I was in there for a whole week, so I didn't even take a shit for a week, bro, because the knife went through my lung and into my liver, and it like cut my liver open and shit. So they had to make sure that there wasn't any internal bleeding or something. And then the other one just like went through my lung as well. So I had a collapsed lung on one side. But compared to like other people there that got stabbed, like my other mate, he got fucked up real bad, you know, like up the arm and shit. Like, so it was a pretty messed up situation, but I'm glad that it happened when I was 17 and not when I was fucking 27, because it made me, I guess, like, at the time it didn't actually like help, but eventually I slowly started to realize that, like, you know, you got to mind who you spend your time with, in a sense. And like, especially at that age. You know, like if I ever have kids, I'll be fucking hard on their ass for fucking getting their homework done and shit, because like it literally pays the fuck off.
And then say in that incident, nobody passed away, nobody died.
Nah, nobody died, but the dude that kind of instigated the whole thing ended up killing himself. Like, he was one of my mates that I grew up with in Baldwin, and he lived in. So the weird thing about Baldwin was there were certain houses that were considered, or I think are commission housing, but like they're government housing basically, but they're in fucking, you know, $2-3 million suburb now, and fucking it was just whack because this dude grew up basically around so much fucking wealth, yeah. But his family was fucking, you know, struggling hard, and it must have been real interesting or like difficult for him to try and battle with that whole situation. Like, why does this guy have so much more than me, you know, when I'm just doing the same shit that he's doing? Like, but he was battling with some bad demons and shit, and he ended up fucking killing himself in a bad way.
Damn. And did anybody go to jail or anything like that over the stabbings?
I got no idea.
So that's happened when you're 17, and at this point, music isn't a thing for you yet, is it, in terms of the rapping thing?
Like, I started doing music because it was like an outlet, and it was also something that I always wanted to tick off my bucket list. Like, I always just said to myself, like, if I just put music out there, that's all I care about, because like it's about just having the opportunity, and like you're not going to have that opportunity unless you actually put yourself in the position. So I was stoked as soon as I saw like 10 fucking views and shit, and then as soon as I got a little bit of money off of it, I was like, what the fuck, this is ridiculous, you know? And that kind of like freaked me out a lot, because at the start it was just sick to be making music, like, because I'm like I'm 31, like I was born in 1991, so I remember days of just listening to shit on Walkmans and fucking meeting up with mates and just freestyling for the fun of it, and just like, it was way more about bars than anything else, you know? Whereas like now it's like every rhyme has to be more provocative and more intense than the last one, because people just zone out, or they'll think you changed or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of like took the fun out of it for me a little bit.
Now, I've got here listed that Huskii was one of your main influences, like particularly around that 2016 period.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
is he one of the first Oz rappers that you started listening to?
No, the first Oz rappers that I started listening to was like Matty B and fucking like Old As Trem and Rigorous Recordings, and fucking like Pegs, and then like Hilltop Hoods and stuff came out, and like, yeah, you know, everybody bumped Nosebleed and shit like that. And then I remember Festival song by fucking 360. That was a banger back in the day. And but like I also was mad into like Lisk, LBK, and like Alex Jones, like when he was rapping as Flea. And you know, I started eventually, after listening to them heaps, like noticing like cunts like Wombat, and then I think it was around that point where I started listening more to like Wombat and stuff, that I remember like talking to Huskii through DMs on like Instagram, and he was like asking me about, like, because I knew that he was rapping and shit, and I was like asking him about, you know, his music and stuff, and he was like, do you rap and shit? And I was like, oh, you know, I haven't really written anything down really. But yeah, so that's how our relationship started, like just talking through Instagram and shit. And then when he came down to Melbourne, I met with him, and you know, I guess the rest is history. No, I remember sending Huskii a song called 3 Weeks, and I think I was just like, put it out because I just like putting out music. But I was always keen to get Huskii on a track, but I don't think we ever actually linked up on a track until the trap session stuff. Like Servo, I think, was our first one. Yeah. But I've been chilling with Huskii for a couple of, like maybe a year or two before that. But yeah.
And then I guess on the topic of Huskii, a couple of questions. First up is, what was it about him and his music that you gravitated towards?
Oh, it's the way he can rap, bro. His ability to put syllables together is insane. And like his delivery on bars, like that's what I love about rap. Like it's like, you know, it's more like listening to an instrument for me than like trying to fact check this dude's life or something. Like, and I know Huskii's definitely, you know, he raps about the rawest shit and he's, you know, been through it, and you can tell that through his lyrics as well. But it's like the way he delivers it, that's what gets people, you know.
And then for the public, I mean, Huskii is one of the biggest artists in Oz rap, and has had a massive impact.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he caught your attention and had an impact on you. But why do you think that he has, had the impact and success that he has to date?
I reckon it always comes down to determination. Like for anybody who's successful, like the key is determination and putting yourself in opportunities that are either going to fail or they're going to succeed. You know, like success can be built, you know, on a gradual like progression, but you still have to take those huge risks and you still have to persevere through the failures, you know. And I think Huskii is one of those artists that proves time and time again that no matter how many times like something fucked up happens in his life, he'll put it on a fucking, you know, beat and he'll make cunts cry to it.
So around 2016 is when you started, you know, like recording stuff and putting stuff down. You kept on doing that through 2017.
Yeah.
And then in 2018, at the beginning of 2018, you had your first song on Body Bag Media called Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
Now, from memory, when you did that, looking back on it, would you say that that was the thing that sort of started to make you pop off?
Nah. I don't even know the concept. Like, I wasn't tracking myself at that stage in that sort of way. So I don't know, like, whether I was even popping off. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that something that gave me some traction or whatever was definitely, you know, being around other people who are putting in the same type of like work and like down for the same type of like end goal. You know what I mean? Like everybody at that time in the body bag like sort of space, like whether it was Huskii or ChillinIt or like Shadow would come in, everybody had the same mentality of just like, I'm the one that's gonna fucking, you know, represent Oz. Like everybody wanted to just push each other harder and harder. And I think that's why the scene started to like grow the way that it did, because people weren't afraid of competition. Like people were like, oh shit, this guy's got some bars. Well, let me fucking up my game then. You know, instead of like, I feel like music quickly turns sometimes into, fuck, this guy's better than me. I better, you know, I better shut him up. And it's like that breeds like shit, if you get what I mean. Like that it breeds like mediocrity. Like it just makes things not as good as they could be. Whereas if you find somebody that's you're scared of, or you find somebody that might show you up, you should let them be on the front stage. You should let them have the spotlight, because it's not going to last forever. Who's going to get it next? Like, do you want to be in line, or do you want to just stand back and watch everybody else go?
And then, so that joint, that first Body Bag Media joint, that was early 2018. And then I think a few months later, that's when you did a big collab with Huskii for the trap sessions.
Oh, so there was also Healthy Peas though, but Huskii wasn't on the track, but he was in the video. So I don't know if that's adding to any confusion.
No, but what you're saying is it was Healthy Peas before you did Trap Sessions one with Huskii?
Yeah. It went like Melbourne, and then we dropped Healthy Peas, and then I came back to Melbourne where I was living, and then Huskii came back down as well, and then that's when we did Trap Sessions, and then we went back up to Sydney, and that's when we recorded Servo.
So Healthy Peas, that was before Servo, and that had Huskii in the video, but he didn't feature on the song.
Yeah.
And then after that, you guys have done Servo, and that's featured Huskii on the joint.
Yeah. And also we did Donuts, Petrol, and Petrol featured Alex Jones, and we did, fuck, I can't remember. I I think we did a song called Slut. Nah, what was it called? Slurpee. Yeah, and yeah. So we did a few tracks on Trap Sessions, but Servo was the one that we did a video to, and that really like videos definitely grab people's attention.
And Kyle Golly filmed a video of No One Network.
Yeah. So the video was meant to be like a one take, and so we tried to go to a couple of 7-Elevens, and and basically like we weren't getting allowed to like film in these 7-Elevens, so I was getting mad, fucking just pissed, and just wanted to fucking go back and smoke cones. And I was like, look, if we were all just fucking angry and like wanting to smoke, and fucking we were just like, yeah, if this doesn't fucking happen right now with this server, like fuck it, I'm going home. Like, and so we just rocked up to this random ass server, I don't know what it was called, and fucking we just started buying shit, and the camera just started rolling. We didn't even ask the dude, and then or maybe they asked him and said it was like for a school video or some shit. He didn't give a fuck. But Huskii's ex-missus or missus, I don't know, yeah, Huskii was going out with Lana at the time, and she munted out the window, and so that's why she's like cleaning the window and shit. And then ChillinIt was driving that car, and so he was filling up petrol. And then when Huskii was picking up all the stuff, I had no idea that he was going to be grabbing these like foil and shapes and stuff, and I just wanted to grab ciggies for the mix. And so when he put all the stuff down, I just didn't pay for it, and I just got the ciggies and walked off and started rapping my shit. And so you see him in the back, and he's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you just gonna leave me with all this shit? And I was like, oh shit. I didn't even think about it though. I was just too much of a stoner, bro.
So that was Trap Sessions 1. And then before you did the thing with Alex Jones and Huskii, so before you did Petrol,
yeah,
you did another thing on Body Bag Media for season 2 of Body in the Booth. Now, one thing I remember from this is that judging by the comment section, this was like one of the Body in the Booths that people really weren't feeling as much as...
I think
do you remember the comment section and all that?
To be honest, like, I don't know, it's not the healthiest thing to go reading comments on the internet. No matter who you are, if they're your own comments or they're somebody else's. Like, have you ever just been scrolling through comments and eventually like, what the fuck am I doing here? But yeah, no, I think there's a bunch of videos that I've done that the comment section is good for a laugh. But no, it was just because, you know, I didn't sit there and write like a thing for Body in the Booth. I just had some bars that I'd already put into another track, and I was just like, yeah, I'll just do this. And, you know, obviously you can see that there wasn't really a lot of effort put into it lyrically. So yeah, if you want me to do another Body in the Booth, I'll do it. I'll do a better one, I promise.
Now, it was after that one that's when you've done Petrol with Alex Jones and Huskii.
Yeah, it took, there was probably like maybe a year's gap between that though.
Ah, okay.
Like, it wasn't instantly after, yeah. So I was releasing like a bunch of other shit, because I'd be releasing like a track every couple of weeks at one point. Like, there was probably like 70 something songs on my SoundCloud.
Yeah, okay. So however long it was after your second Body in the Booth,
yeah,
then that's when you've dropped Petrol with Alex Jones and Huskii.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, in the opinion of myself and tons of other people that follow the game, Alex Jones is considered to be
the GOAT.
You know, one of, if not the best of all time in Australia.
Yeah. Like, he's definitely a Melbourne GOAT, 100%.
Now, it's a pretty big statement whether it's Melbourne or Australia-wide, because both Melbourne and Australia has some really good rappers.
Alex Jones is, I reckon, it's all, you know, in the eye of the beholder, right? But at the end, like I think it's best to put it in like a generational context, you know? Like you've got Trem, you've got, you know, Alex Jones, you've got Brad Strutt, you've got Kid Selzy, like you've got all these different styles of rap. Like, how can you know, it's like saying, oh, the dude who swam the 100 meters gets the gold and not the guy who did shot put. It's like you put him in different categories for a reason. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's always fun to have a bit of banter about who's the best and like, nah, these bars are fucking better. But at the end of the day, like, you're listening to music, guys. Like, it's not a fucking sport.
Now, I guess I'm going to assume that that was the first time that you guys worked on a song together, but that wasn't the first time that you guys had met?
I'd met Alex a couple of times beforehand. I definitely knew like a bunch of people that he knew as well. But because I'd listened to Alex like before he'd even put out like My Life and stuff like that. So he was like he was a massive inspiration for me growing up. Like me and my mate would just sit in my ute and just fucking pump fucking all these different like East Side fucking like Melbourne rap, and like Flea would be featured on a lot of these kinds of tracks and stuff, and then we just found like Flea was just way better to listen to, and so we just like he had a mixtape. I don't know if I can't find it on YouTube anymore, but some of those bars, bro, like they are fucking like insane. Like, yeah, that shit was crazy.
And so I'm going to assume that that collaboration happened through Huskii because you'd already done stuff with Huskii before.
Yeah, like I like Alex and Huskii definitely wanted to link up on a track for sure, and like I think we all were just sort of like in the same sort of circle at that time, and so just like it just happened, you know. It wasn't any sort of like, oh, let's do this and we're going to go to this studio and I'll record my verse and I'll send it to you. We were just all in my place, all in. I had the way I recorded all of those tracks, Servo and like Centerfold and Healthy Peas and all that shit. It was recorded in a fucking like 1 bedroom fucking tiny ass flat, and I had a couch in there instead of a bed, and just on my MacBook recording on GarageBand with a fucking shitty mic, and that's how we did the whole thing. Just fucked off our heads, just fucking like Huskii just saying go harder, or fucking Flea just doing his thing like fucking a wizard, and like it was just insane to be in that sort of atmosphere. And I think like you can probably almost hear in my raps when I'm rapping around other rappers that I definitely look up to, like I'm probably pushing myself a little bit harder and like trying to actually give something that I feel is worth giving. Whereas, you know, a lot of other tracks that I've done, you can tell it's just like I'm just fucking around.
Now, when you speak to a lot of people, you know, like I said, they will put him in the #1 spot all time, or he's always in that conversation. However, he doesn't have, I guess, the big accolades that go along with being the best in the country at something. Now, for yourself,
a lot of people don't
someone
have accolades, but yeah,
that is true. But I guess 2 parts of the question. Number 1, would you agree or disagree with that? And number 2, if you agree with that, why do you think that is?
He definitely deserves more respect and more appreciation from the industry. You know what I mean? Like he's got the streets love forever. You know, like he's gonna be one of those artists that influence every younger generation. You know, like all the old heads will talk about him, and then the old heads of them will talk about him. Like it's just he's one of those artists that like is able to deliver poetry in a rap form similar to like Huskii, you know. But yeah, it's like the way I see it is that if you're not a part of the cool kid club, or if you like do something to piss off a couple of the cool guys, then you don't get to be a part of the next party, you know. Like you don't get invited. And basically what that does is either like splits apart and you get 2 different, you know, factions that kind of hate each other, which is kind of like how you have like conscious rap versus gangster rap. And it's basically like a similar thing that's happening here, except that the weird thing here is that because provocative rap is such a, you know, a milkable product, fucking a lot of the industries would rather have somebody that looks conscious, or that seems to be conscious, or that does conscious things, or, you know, is a good person in the media's eyes, but all they do is rap about fucked up shit. And it's like, you know, it's interesting how a lot of people who have proven themselves lyrically time and time again get overlooked because of somebody who's a known criminal, or somebody who's, you know, in a big gang or some shit like that. And I just think it's interesting how the sort of grassroots base that has grown what we now know as Oz rap is completely like shunned and like pushed aside by all of these other radio groups and all these fucking industries and stuff, because these big companies, because it's not sellable. You know, like a dude wearing TNs with some baggy shorts and a polo, that's not going to sell overseas. They will sell to a small market here in Australia, but most people in Australia watch The Simpsons and South Park, and they listen to American music, and they buy American clothes, and they follow American trends. But at the same time, they go, oh, Americans are so stupid. And it's like, you know, they fall in love with their hypocrisies, and they can't see past it. And so I don't know if it will ever change, but I definitely agree that Alex Jones should have gold plaques on his wall. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, you know, I don't discredit anybody who has put in the hard work and who has gotten into the industry, because that's a fucking hard job on its own. And a lot of those dudes, if the tables were turned, if the situation was different, they'd be the ones on the you know, short straw end. So I don't see it at all being any artist's fault. It's literally these fucking grunky, rich fucking Muppets that are obsessed with having another fucking Mercedes-Benz or another fucking Bentley or some shit. And, you know, like, we all fucking get on our hands and knees and fucking pray to these cunts because they hide themselves away in their fucking rich-ass mansions. And so we hate on the fucking upper middle class because we think that's what wealth is. But you've got no idea what wealth actually looks like, because it's running your fucking life.
After that joint with Huskii and Alex Jones, I'm not sure how long after, but I think it was after that, you featured on ChillinIt song 420 Queen Street.
Yeah.
So that was filmed in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about that feature was that, first of all, it got millions of hits. It's like that's one of his big joints. But your feature at the end,
he goes hard on it.
It's like right at the end, and it's really short.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a different beat, isn't it? But yeah, no, the way that came about was because we were chilling in, I think we recorded in Brisbane, and he already had this track, and I think we were just talking about like just sort of fucking around with the idea of doing a track together, and I think I heard that, and I was like, that would be sick to jump on. And then so we just sort of like, it was just sort of like a random thing that was like, oh yeah, just jump on the end of it sort of thing. And so I just I'm pretty sure I was just there, the mic was there, and I just freestyled those bars. And then we put it on the end of the track, and then there was a dude there that we knew how to knew how to do videos. So he recorded the thing, I think not too many days after, or maybe like a week or something after. But yeah, it was all during that time of the tours and stuff, the 420 tours and shit. But yeah, that song goes hard, you know, but unfortunately I've never been able to perform that with ChillinIt because I've just been too busy doing random shit in my own life.
And then so you said that was done around the time that you were doing the 420 shows and the 420 tours.
Yeah. I don't know if I had much of traction or anything like that, but I think it was just, I don't know, the lineup was just the lineup that it was. And yeah, we went up to Brisbane and did a big old show, and fucking, I'm pretty sure it was around that time that we went up there. But to be honest, like, so much of my memory is kind of hazy, but I know it was filmed in Brisbane, and I know that it was recorded in Brisbane too, or at least my verse was recorded in Brisbane. ChillinIt's was probably recorded in Sydney.
If you did that single with him, like you had that feature and you were doing the shows with Chill at the time, how did that relationship with ChillinIt actually first come about?
I met him through Huskii, I'm pretty sure. And basically it was when I went up to Body Bag to do all that stuff, and it was after I'd already met up with Huskii down here in Melbourne. And yeah, I think ChillinIt might have come through Body Bags one day, and we just started like talking and stuff. And then I would, you know, go with Huskii to ChillinIt and we'd smoke cones. And then, I don't know, I think it just sort of naturally occurred like that.
And like when you first met him, you know, obviously you would have had no idea that he would become the superstar that he's become now. But could you tell pretty much straight away that there was something special about him, or you just had no idea?
He's like definitely got that sort of determination that I mentioned before about like with Huskii, but ChillinIt is very much more like an outgoing determination, whereas Huskii's is a bit more like introverted, like, or like, you know, he internally processes a lot more. Whereas like me and ChillinIt, we definitely like verbalize and like we speak out our ideas and stuff like that. And I think that ChillinIt definitely, not only, well, he was rapping for I don't know how many years, like a few years before he actually came back to start all the tours and stuff. So that's another person I used to listen to back when I was listening to Flea. Like I'd listen to a couple of old ChillinIt tracks and shit. But yeah, like ChillinIt definitely is somebody that like is a perfectionist, you know, like from what I could tell when I met him. Like he's somebody that when he loves something, he wants to master it. He wants to know all the ins and outs and how to just be the best at it. And, you know, he's fucking good at it. You know, he's good at doing that.
And now that you look back, you know, from when you first met him to where he's at now, why do you think that the kids, the audience, the public has gravitated towards him so much, so hard?
Oh, I think, you know, because social media, you know, like if you're able to put yourself on social media in a certain way that makes people, you know, interact with it, you're going to go further than somebody who's posting stuff on social media that's just day-to-day regular things. So, you know, for example, that verb, ChillinIt used to post heaps of pictures of him with weed out the front of cop cars or out the front of a cop shop or smoking a bong with a cop car behind him. Like, that's provocative, right? Like, that makes you go, oh, what the fuck? Like, why didn't he get caught? Blah, blah, blah. It gets people talking, it gets comments happening, it gets likes happening, interaction, right? You know, so I think that definitely had a huge part to do with ChillinIt's success. And also, like, the Triple J radio show that they did, that definitely, like, helped with broadening the audience and stuff like that. And also, like, Huskii on that radio show, like, told everybody, like, hey, we've got an Instagram for ChillinIt and shit like that. So that, you know, obviously if you announce your Instagram handle on Triple J when you've already been promoting everybody to listen to it and you're killing it with these bars, like, that's going to be a pretty big help. But then also, bro, like, he just doesn't take no for an answer, and he, you know, if somebody wants to hate on him, he just says fucking good luck and, you know, leaves it in the past. Whereas a lot of other people, they dwell on that shit. Like, a lot of people could get told that, you know, their music's the best by like millions of people, but it's this one person in the back of their mind that fucking kills it for them. Whereas I think ChillinIt can just block a lot of that shit out. But, you know, I definitely, you know, believe everybody's got their demons, and I'm not trying to make out as if ChillinIt's just some, like, you know, machine or something. You know, he's still a human being like all of us, but yeah, he's definitely able to just power through it. But I think experience is definitely a big part of that as well. He's been in the game for a fucking long time, since the days when battle rap was just starting out in Sydney and stuff. So yeah.
You briefly mentioned the Triple J cipher that they did, and from my recollection, it was Nerve, ChillinIt, Alex Jones, and Huskii.
Yeah.
Now, I remember, like, I think ChillinIt's one of the top bar spitters and just musicians in the country, hands down, and a cool dude too.
Yeah.
But when I saw the Triple J cipher, and I'm saying this respectfully, so no one shoot at me in the comments, but when I saw that Triple J cipher, man, did Alex Jones just look head and shoulders above everyone else. Like, and this is respectfully speaking, ChillinIt are held in a very high regard. But when I saw that cipher and he was rapping next to Flea just made everyone else look like one level lesser. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, would you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts?
I think you and I might see music differently, or like rap differently, because like I definitely have preferences, you know, but for me, like I can't see anyone being better than anybody else. I can just see my preference, you know, but maybe that's because I am an artist too, and I'm like trying to protect my own feelings. But yeah, no, I think the way, like, I would definitely say that Alex and Huskii were fucking the two that I would listen to. You know how people go like, oh, skip that. But yeah, like, you can see it when he moves his hands as well. Like, it's like he's playing a fucking, like, COD, or like he's playing a fucking video game doing it, bro. And like, it's almost like you can see the fucking sparks in his brain happening and shit, because you can't spit that many syllables in that short of a time and make it go for like 4 minutes. Fucking, like, a normal person can't do that, you know, especially live on the spot. Like, I gotta, like, give it up for cunts that can do what they did, because me in a situation like that, bro, I'd stumble after like in 16 bars or something. So I definitely think that's a real talent to spit.
Now, on the same topic of Triple J, Triple J's had a massive hand in Australian rap. People
They've definitely had a hand in it.
And this is what I want to talk to you about, because, see, based on that comment, like, when I talk to people about Triple J and the relationship with Oz Rap and the musicians and the whole thing, you know, you've got on one side of the fence, a lot of people are all for it. You know, it's helped pop off, you know, many careers. It's helped put Australian rap on a mainstream level, and people that weren't hardcore hip hop fans are now fans of, you know, hip hop music in Australia. But on the other side of the fence, people feel that, like, Triple J has only helped a select pocket of people, and that they've taken from the culture more than they've given back. And they feel kind of the opposite of what I just said before. For you personally, what are your feelings and thoughts on Triple J?
Well, I'm biased anyway, but I mean, like, because I'm a massive Cursor fan, and the fact that Triple J basically, like, blacklisted rappers like Cursor, and the fact that, you know, as a kid growing up, I had a fucking rat tail and a bum bag, and my cap was fucking up like this and shit. You know, like, it's not a good feeling when you get discriminated against just because of the way you dress or how you look, right? And I just think it's pretty interesting how they sort of use that as their sort of way of being like, you know, you can't discriminate against these people because, you know, they've already been discriminated against. But then it's like, well, why are you discriminating against anybody else if you don't want to be discriminated against yourself, right? I don't know. I just find it an interesting sort of situation where they can't see past the way somebody looks and just allow the talent to shine for how it is. But, you know, maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe this is a conspiracy theory, right? Like, you know, I'm reading too much into it, you know?
Now, do you ever take into consideration, and I'm neutral on this topic, do you know what I mean? Like, I see both sides of the coin. I'm not a rapper.
Triple J sees both sides of the coin. The coin.
Do you ever take into consideration that because they're a mainstream platform and who their audience is and the nature of being mainstream, that there's just artists that they can't support, and that Cursor came... just that Cursor came through with something that was so new and so, like, just abrasive to them that they just couldn't support it because it was just like not...
But it's not got to do with the mainstream. It's got to do with the people in the upstairs parts of the buildings where it's been recorded in. It's got to do with Mr. Fat Man in his fucking suit with his fucking little gold chain walking in being like, I'm going to tell these people exactly what to do because, you know, it's going to influence this audience, right? So I don't think it's got anything to do with what the people want. It's got everything to do with what one person is trying to make the people want. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, if you can make something seem popular, it doesn't actually have to be popular.
So what you're saying is that in that scenario, they're not making the decisions based on what the public want, what the youth want.
Yeah.
They're just saying, on behalf of the public and the youth, this is what they want and this is what they don't want, but that's not necessarily correct.
they're saying this is what you want. They're not saying this is what they want. They're saying this is what you want. You want this, come and fucking get it. It's dirt cheap as well. It's McDonald's. Like corporations, companies, they can't help but turn into McDonald's because it's all about profit, right? Why the fuck would you ever undercut profit? That's ridiculous.
Well, here's an interesting hypothetical. What do you think would have happened if when Cursor first come out, Triple J had embraced him with open arms?
I think it would be interesting, but is that being said in the sense that they're discriminating against everybody else and just accepting Cursor and the lad community? Or are they having a complete broad, open, like, accepting sort of view on the whole thing and saying we're going to play everybody from the punk rappers to the lad rappers to the funk rappers to the conscious rappers? Like, that's the thing, is there's so much rap out there and it's just gets classified under rap. But when you listen to certain radio stations, they're only playing one playlist. They're only playing, you know, a certain view. And that's why I think the best thing in life is variety. Like, don't ever get yourself caught up just eating the same shit or listening to the same shit. Like, if you find yourself being scared because somebody else is rapping about something that makes you uncomfortable and you need to fucking hurl abuse at them, fucking maybe you need to have a sit down with yourself and, you know, realize what the fuck you're doing. But like, people make money now from other people being the shittest they can be. So it's kind of like we're not really able to move in any sort of direction at the moment that might be useful. But I hate talking necessarily about what's going to be good for society or whatever, because like that's where it always comes back to. And like society is bad for itself, so it's like you're never going to win. But
shout outs to King Curse. I'm actually happy that, like, looking back on it now, I'm actually glad that Triple J didn't let him in, because look at what happened, not only for him, but for the whole country, because they didn't let him in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why, you know, determination and perseverance is absolutely key, because, and you know, so many other people would just let that shut them down. And I think that's why Cursor above everybody else is definitely my biggest influence, because it's not like it's just the fact that he is the biggest I don't give a fuck rapper. He's the number one, like, you can suck my fucking balls while I spit these fucking bars in your face, cunt. Like, he just dominates on that. And I can listen to that way more than I can listen to somebody spitting a million bars a second. Like, I still appreciate and love that type of stuff, but I'm always going to be a fan for just funny, quick-witted, smart, but dumb, just in your face, like, here you go. That's the type of shit I want to listen to.
And although you mentioned that, you know, when the festival song came out, you liked that joint amongst other older stuff.
Yeah, because 360 would say funny shit, you know?
I'm going to assume that when 360 battled Cursor, you were tapped in. You were tapped into that. I was definitely
a Cursor side, you know, I was on the Cursor side of things. But at the same time, I'm not a big battle rap fan. Like, I just think it breeds fucking weirdos. Like, you know, like, but at the same time, I respect weirdos. Like, I'm a fucking weirdo myself. But I just think that it's just a strange situation to make music so competitive. Like, but then again, is it like, are we getting to a point where rap isn't actually music? Like, is it going to be spoken word, or like, where do we draw this fucking line? Like, you know, is it this guy's better than this guy? Like, you know, or is it just that guy's different to this guy? I don't know. I just find like a lot of people take it too far sometimes. A lot of people go, no, he's fucking better, I hate you, cunt. And it just ruins something that could be good, you know? I just want to reiterate, actually, but it is a good scene if everybody can see it as competition. You know, if people are able to not get offended, then yeah, I think battle rap is fucking sick. But it's just once people choose to get offended, bro, they fucking ruin it for everybody else.
Now, fast forward the clock off the back of that feature that you had with ChillinIt. And a little later, you actually collabed on a joint with Spanian. Who's now one of the biggest personalities, if not the biggest personality in the game.
I mean,
he doesn't even have to rap anymore.
Yeah, bro. Fucking oath. Like, he's a social commentator now. Like, he's gone from the rap and doing bigger and better things, you know. I think he just like sold 20,000 copies of his book or something like that, or I don't know, or maybe 100,000. He hit some milestone for his book.
Yeah, I spoke to Carrot Kev about that. I can't remember what he said, but there was something in there that he said that it hit some sort of milestone or target or something like that.
So congratulations to Spaniard on that.
Yeah, man. Big shout outs to Spaniard. I remember I caught on to him before, you know, like everyone had caught on to him. He had some old interview, and I just remember that he was talking about the rappers that he grew up listening to.
Yeah.
And it was very like underground New York dudes. And that's when I was just like, oh, wow, this dude knows his shit. And I started following off the back of that.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, man, this dude is like a thorough dude with a real good taste for hip hop.
Yeah.
And I was pretty much a fan from that point on. And then, you know, you watch him escalate to where he is now. Now, for yourself, again, like, how did you first link up with Spaniard? What was your first impressions of him? And how did that song come together?
So I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I'd met Spaniard before it, but like we were just talking, cause you know, these dudes live in Sydney. I was living in Melbourne, and I'm pretty sure I was just saying, I was talking to him, hitting him up for like a feature, just being like, you know, I love your tracks and shit. I knew Spinner as well, so that like him and Spinner were good mates and shit. But basically, yeah, we just decided like, let's do this track, and he sent me his bars, and I was like, fuck, that's insane. And I sent him some of my bars, and I'm pretty sure he was probably like, nah, you got to go harder on this or some shit. And yeah, and then we like I sent my verse to him, and he like stitched it all together and stuff. And then I flew up to Sydney and met up with him. I think it might have been the first time I met up with him. I honestly, it's like a bad blur back then. But fucking yeah, and we just went to these flats, and fucking I think Huskii and Spinner were there as well. Like they're in the background of the video, and yeah, we just filmed it kind of like probably only 1 or 2 takes, maybe 3 takes. And he just had his mate with the camera and shit. And I'm pretty sure Spaniard was the one to put like the effects in it, or like he got somebody he knew. But you know, like back then it was all just, we all were doing stuff on our own. Like I'd, you know, record myself, and he, you know, like we all would do our own sort of shit just to, you know, because we loved it, and like we wanted it to be sick. And yeah, and so that was one of my favorite tracks. Like I love a lot of my bars in that, because I actually spent some time trying to put that together. But Spaniard still kills me on
it. And then, like when you first met him, like did you already you'd already like heard of him and had an impression of him? Now, it's interesting with artists because, you know, sometimes like you get an impression of their character based through their music, and then you meet them. And they can be quite different. And for me personally, the one that really stands out is like Cursor. When I heard his music, I got an impression of who he would be. Like, you know, real cocky, smart ass. Like, and then
he's like
when I met him,
dudes.
Yeah, man, like the nicest, chillest dude to deal with. Very respectful, very polite. And it was just interesting. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting him to be a good dude, but he just was a really good dude. And because he's so cheeky on the mic, and you know, Cursor is the sickest and all that shit.
But
it's
like
it caught
you
me
don't
off
want to
guard
step on
a
his
bit.
bad side though, as well. You know.
No, fuck no. I'm sure not.
But,
But so that was one that really was a bit of a surprise for me. Now, Spaniard, you know, because of who he is on the mic, behind the camera, he's got a persona. When you first met him, was the persona the same as, you know, the person that you met, like, or was it different?
I wouldn't necessarily classify it as like a persona. I think it's more just like a part of the person that they tap into. You know what I mean? But with Spaniard, like he's definitely like one of those dudes that's like a good dude. Like if he's got your back, he's got your fucking back. Like he's a man of his word, I reckon, you know? And I think, you know, just his background probably proves that. And yeah, I just reckon that he's one of those guys that people would be scared of, but he's actually like, you know, he'd hold the door open for an old lady. Like he's you know, he's learned that like life isn't about yesterday and it's about tomorrow, you know.
Now, if we fast forward again, after the Spaniard feature, I think it was late 2019. I could be a bit off, but you then had a collab with Rops One, Giddy Up.
Oh yeah. Nah, fucking shout out Rops. He's definitely one of those artists that I didn't hear until I got into the scene. But anytime you put on a Rops track, it's just like fucking banger, bro. That shit's hard.
Yeah, Rops is dope, and I got put onto Rops. I think like Cursor had a tour, and he put Rops on as the Sydney support. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I reckon I saw that flyer rotating on the internet and people talking about Rops. And I was like, this dude looks pretty young. Yeah, I don't know how young, man, but he looked pretty young. And then I saw something on YouTube where it was like an interview of him out the front of his crib or something. And that's when I started to catch on. Now, again, for you, you know, how did that song come together? When was the first time that you guys met and how did that happen?
So I think that's on an album that I put out that I think has disappeared now, but I'm working on putting it back out. But I was basically like, I wasn't in the best place like mentally, but I wasn't willing to like check myself at that time. And I was just, you know, having a bit too much fun recording like in my own place, just like, you know, being able to smash out tracks and stuff. So I hit up Rops and I was like, bro, like it would be sick to get you on a track for this album. And like he was down for it. And so he gave me like a fucking hard as verse, bro. And it was properly recorded and shit. And me in my fucking like stupid phase of just smashing drugs, I just wasn't thinking about how my shit was gonna sound. And I think on the track you can fully hear this mad difference between just the quality of my vocals compared to the quality of his. But other than that, like I felt like that was something that like, you know, I'd put on the mantelpiece. Like, yeah, I did a fucking track with Rops, you know, just because the way he fucking hits on that fucking beat is just hard as fuck, bro.
Now, have you guys haven't done anything other than that one collaboration?
No, yeah, just that one.
And then now if we fast forward the clock for, I think to the following year, I think it's like halfway through 2020.
Also on that album, but I did a track with Skeezo, and that's a fucking sick track.
Skeez Loren.
Yeah, Skeez Loren. I did a track with him.
Oh, and that's Enter's brother, hey?
I think so. I don't know. I've never actually met Enter, but.
And so on that same album, you had a collab with Rops, and then you had another one with Skeez.
Yeah, and I think there might have been one with Selby as well.
Late 2020, you've done Snow Weight with Babyface Smile.
Yeah.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was kind of like the last thing that you did and you took a bit of a break at that point?
Yeah. I think that was the turning point for me.
So tell us a little bit about that turning point, that transitional point, because to my understanding, like from memory, and it'll be like all over the place, but
I was just a confused little kid.
I recall seeing stuff on the internet about like how you got into, I think it was real estate.
Oh yeah, that was in 2019. So I took a little bit of a break then, and then I took another break around 2020, the end of 2020.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So then just to touch on that first break, where you dabbled in the real estate thing, seems very odd. Someone to go from rap to real estate. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that and what the motives were behind that.
That's a tricky one. That was just personal stuff. So I was with a girl at the time, and I thought the best thing for me, because I guess touring a lot and being a fuckwit, eating Zans and drinking lean and just smoking cones all the time, wasn't really like creating the best environment for a good relationship. And basically, you know, I was not treating her right, and I thought it would be ideal for the situation if I just leave the rap stuff and get myself, you know, a like a job that could potentially pay pretty well. And yeah, so I just, you know, put all my effort into that, put all my eyes on that. I did like a 3-week course or something, like it was fucking piss easy, and got myself a real estate license, and then just hit up like any real estate agent I could find. And I ended up getting one with a agency like fair way out, like not fair way out, but like maybe 45 minutes from the city. And yeah, like they took me on board, and I just started as a sales agent, like just trying to cold call as many people as possible, fucking just being one of those annoying real estate agents. And so I did that for like a year until some fuckwit, probably in the place I worked at, fucking put up on Reddit some shit about me getting into real estate, and just like this whole like fucking blurb about a made up life that did not belong to me. And basically it was just mad interesting because like so many fucking people that didn't even know me all of a sudden found out about me, and they thought it was fucking hilarious. And so I was getting like hundreds of calls a day from fucking 14, 15, 16-year-olds being like, can you sell my house on 420 Street? Or is this Little Snow? Is this Little Snow? And I'd just be like, man, how the fuck am I meant to do a job when my fucking phone is being blown up all the fucking time and I can't answer it, you know? Like my job requires me to fucking use my phone. And they'd call the fucking office as well, because the fucking office number was up there with my fucking face, and I'm like fucking cheesing out for this real estate photo. And yeah, it was just fucking hilarious. Like everybody in the office was like, oh, are you a rapper? Like, oh, like what's your name? And I was just like, fuck, it was so embarrassing, but at the same time it's good, you know. You gotta go through those embarrassing phases to really like know yourself, you know. But
now allegedly as well, like, so first of all, so someone's posted on Reddit that Lil Sknow has transitioned from music to real estate.
Yeah.
And then all your fans and just people that
But it
follow
wasn't
music,
even like, it wasn't even just Lil Snow's transition from music to real estate. It was Lil Snow's dad got him into real estate, and also Lil Snow's dad owns Gucci and fucking like all this ridiculous stuff that I'd already talked about, and how that's not the case. But then the whole narrative just switched to like, oh, he comes from wealth and he's like this and that. And I'm just like, all right, like if you guys want to paint me like that, then fair enough. Like, but you know, like I wasn't gonna come back and be like, no, you guys got it wrong. Like I'm actually this. I was like, it's a fucking, you know, circus out there anyway. Like I'll let them fucking eat their fucking dicks. But yeah. And then so I came back and just fucked with the scene basically. I came back, fucking smashed drugs just as hard as I was before, you know, but I had like a you know, a better sort of quality of life, if you can say that. Like I wasn't just in some shitty 1-bedroom apartment recording like on a fucking shitty couch, like. But yeah, and that sort of took a turn for the worst, and I started getting bad into addiction again, and that led me to then, you know, almost give up completely and just like delete everything I had, because I was just like battling with these demons of like insecurity and like, you know, being like self-conscious about my appearance or my sound or anything like that. And it, you know, it wasn't anything real. It was just the fucking drugs that created this, you know, fucking like made up world in my head. And once I was able to just get myself sober, like get away from all the shit that was, I guess, making me feel like I needed to resort to the drugs, I you know, cleaned myself up, and I've now been sober since February 13th of 2001. And you know, no, 2002, sorry, 2002. I don't want to give myself an extra year. But yeah, so yeah, that was a fucked up journey. Like I ended up gaining like 55, 60 kilos of just fat, just sitting on my ass. And the drugs I was doing were not pretty drugs, you know. It wasn't like I was fucking having the time of my life, fucking strippers and champagne and shit. Like, nah, I was fucking in a dark room, sitting on a fucking couch, just destroying my fucking body, destroying my brain, and just hoping that, like, you know, the dark truth of it is I wanted somebody to just bust the door down and see like a bloated corpse, and that would just be, you know, the finisher. But it was just such a selfish, like, you know, self-loathing like approach to life. And like at the end of the whole thing, I realized that like I don't have that personality. Like I don't have those types of mental demons that will actually destroy me. Like I now know that I'm stronger than those mental demons. And I think people can get there, you know, but I honestly think everybody's journey is different, and some people have a much harder road than others. And, you know, it's at the end of the day, it all comes down to perspective. It comes down to how you want to see the world and what you want to be as a part of that world.
So just to backtrack, you took a break, a small break. You did the real estate thing for a bit.
Yeah.
Then you came back. You got back into the music thing.
That's when I did the feature with Rops and Skis when I came back.
And then you've relapsed on the drugs again.
Yep.
And then that's when you've taken your bigger break.
Yeah, that's when I decided on 14th of February that I'd go to the United States, and just basically I sold pretty much everything I had, or I gave it away, and I just jumped on a plane by myself and landed in New York, and just said, all right, I'm going to start a whole new journey right now. And this is, you know, so I had, you know, a little bit of money in my bank. You know, I basically just started in shitty Airbnbs around, but, you know, money fucking dries up real quick. And so, you know, it was a good experience for me to actually be completely independent, but also in an environment where everything was pretty much new, and I had no, like, you know, I didn't have like anything that I had before, if that makes sense. So like, you know, if you're 30 and you're living in Australia, you've still got like an education, you've still got fucking, you know, like your healthcare cards, and you still got a bank account and stuff like that. I had to start all from scratch just in America. And then eventually I got over to Tucson, where I was born, because that's where I wanted to, I guess, like set up my life, you know, because I was like, you know, I'm a brand new person now. And I got to Tucson, and I ended up working for like a week or two for like an insurance company. So that was pretty funny. But most of the time I was just, you know, trying to make ends meet, and just like trying to live off a strict as budget for the whole time. And that really grew me up like fucking crazy. Like I swear, budgeting, that will fucking make you an adult.
And so I wanna get into the whole, I guess, substance abuse, you know, experiences that you've had.
Yeah.
Because the more I talk to, it's very interesting, man. When I talk to the old school rappers, it was more weed and alcohol.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you talk to the younger guys, 20s, early 30s like yourself, and it's just a different kettle of fish.
Yeah. You know, speed was still around, like coke was still around, like, but yeah, when it comes to the old rap heads, like it was mainly booze.
Now, for yourself, because obviously through listening to the music, you know, and the name Lil Sknow, I don't think there's any awards to be won as to why you chose that name.
Nah, I swear, what do you think is drug related?
Okay, maybe there is some awards to be won. So yeah, I just assumed, because, you know, in America,
Snow, coke, music,
exactly. And then because in the music, you know, you're talking about the things that you're talking about, like hustling, etc. I just put two and two together, but now I get the feeling you're about to tell me I was all wrong.
I mean, like I never really put too much thought into it, but the whole K in the thing and it being Snow was more just because when I was growing up, I was always made fun of for being pasty and like milky and just pale as fuck. And so basically, like, I always make fun of myself being like basically reflective or transparent, or like, you know. And so I was like, I'm basically like Snow, you know. And the K was put in there because like I just thought that know, like to know, you know, like is just something that I wanted to have in there, because it was like I've got Socrates tattooed on my arm, and when I was like going through maybe like my early 20s, I just got insanely into like philosophy, and I just have this weird thing about like he has this saying that's like the only thing that you know is that you don't know anything. I probably simplified that ridiculously, but like that's why I wanted the know in there, because it was like, do you know or do you not know? Like if you think you know, you probably don't know, and if you don't know, you probably know. But you know, that definitely made people question like, what the fuck is this? And then the thing is, I never even really sold coke. Like I sold a little bit of coke, but it wasn't like, if I'm saying something about a brick, it's not because I'm fucking buying the brick, it's just because I know somebody that's got that brick, you know. And like a lot of the other brick comments, or like, you know, things that are rapped about, that's just what we call zannies. We just call zannies bricks. But like, I'm guessing if you're from America, you wouldn't pick up on that, you know. Or if you've never tried zannies or something like that, you'd be like, what the fuck, he's talking about coke, kilos of coke and shit. But nah, I never fucking pushed a single kilo of coke in my life.
When we talk about drugs,
Yeah,
there's the hustling
yeah.
part of it, and there's the using part of
Yeah.
it. And my question for you is like, if you can sort of timeline
Yeah.
your hustling and your using.
I mean, I don't know if, yeah. I mean, so basically I was always just a mad stoner. Like I started smoking because my brother was selling weed, and I was like 13 and I found it in his room. And ever since then I was just in love with it. I'd go and smoke billies behind the fucking shed at school during lunchtime, or me and my mates would just be punching cones in our cars all around the suburbs, just like, but then it got to the point where, you know, clubs and shit started being interesting around like 16, 17. And, you know, that's when I first tried MD and speed and like shit like that. And, you know, googs were pretty fucking amazing back then, and speed was fucking not too bad as well. I mean, no, I shouldn't say that because that might make people think it was good. But, yeah, basically like when I turned like maybe 20, that was when shards came about, like actual fucking methamphetamine, fucking whatever. What the fuck is the technical term? I don't fucking know. But I as soon as I knew that I'd already fell in love with fucking speed, and I hated the fact that I loved speed, I was like, I'm never touching none of this shit ever again. And I just made like a whole point about it that I'm just smoking cones. That's it, except for like MD on the side, you know. And so like, all my mates would be hanging out puffing on fucking crystal pips, and I would be just sitting there smoking cones, or just waiting for my mate to come pick me up to go punch cones or some shit. And I sort of like, it ruined my relationship with a lot of my friends, because I noticed them all just bickering and fighting amongst each other, or if they were in small groups, they'd be shit talking about the other dude that they're just about to go smoke with. And like, it just like was real hectic to see it from an outside perspective without actually being fucked on the drugs that they were on. And that's when I started, you know, learning how to cut people off, and just being like, you know, I've known this cunt almost my whole life, but I can't be around this cunt, because they're just either going to get me in trouble, or they're going to get themselves in trouble, and I'm going to have to help them fucking out of the mess, and then I'm going to get in trouble. So like, I just became a mad stoner for a long time. Would go out clubbing occasionally, but I was never that like much of a fucking club rat, I don't think. But and then it wasn't until I was probably like 24 or something that I started to see like dudes in clubs being like, you know, basically having their whole night paid for because they got a fucking bag in their pants, right? And I was like, well, I'm fucking out here mowing cunts' lawns every fucking day and pruning fucking rose bushes and getting paid, what, 15, 16 bucks an hour for this shit. Like, I want a piece of this, you know? So I ditched gardening basically, and I just decided to spend all the money I had on some drugs. And then I went onto Craigslist, and I just put ads on ads on ads on ads on Craigslist, bro. Like, I flooded the shit out of Craigslist with just pictures of coke, pictures of MD, pictures of Xannies, pictures, because I knew a dude that I'd trade buds for all these different meds, and he'd tell me like, this is clonazepam, this is Ativan, this is, you know, Seroquel, this is, you know, Valium, whatever. And so I'd be selling people like legit boxes and legit bottles, but I wasn't, you know, I was just trading buds for it. And so I'd flood Craigslist with it. And I'd meet up with just the strangest, most random cunts. And it would be weird because sometimes they'd be like my mate's brother or like just people that I'd know from fucking school. And I was like, shit. And so I just had this mad collection of fucking people that wanted drugs. And a lot, like some of them were just UK tourists that didn't know who to fucking get onto. So they go onto Craigslist and they find out this cunt's got it and he's around the corner. So like that was the most stupid thing I probably ever did, you know, because I could have gotten done so fucking easily with that. But it paid off because I didn't get done. And then, you know, after that, I just started hitting clubs and I just started, you know, driving around to meet regulars and stuff like that. But it was never like, you know, as dirty and grimy as everybody makes it out to be. Like the majority of people that you sell drugs to, if you're not pushing heroin and fucking heroin and shards, you're fucking just meeting up with regular people. Like these people have jobs, they got to pay for their drugs. And not everybody's fucking robbing somebody's house to pay for a fucking fix. Most people that do drugs are functional addicts. It's just that they haven't become dysfunctional yet.
Now, when I was younger, the whole prescription medication thing wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Yeah.
And now I see people going down to that shit more than, you know, shards, liquor, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Now, for you, because you mentioned earlier in the interview that you touched, that you dabbled in the prescription meds at some point.
Yeah, when I started being able to trade buds for it, that's when I was like, I'd just munch a bunch of tablets and be like, this is fucking sick. And I'd be zonked out in my fucking car, not knowing where the fuck I am, just thinking like, have I smoked my mix or not? Like I think I fell in love with that feeling. I fell in love with the feeling of just not knowing what the fuck's going on, but still being able to like communicate. It's like, you know, being a zombie basically. You don't have any responsibilities. You don't have anybody that actually matters in your life. Like you're just floating. And it's like, you know, that's how people can turn real evil because nothing matters when you're floating.
So in regards to the prescription meds, you didn't start taking them until you started hustling them?
Just before I started hustling them, yeah. It was more like, you know, you'd see one dude be like, oh, you know, take a Zanny for the come down, bro. And so you'd be like, oh shit, all right. And you take that and you're like, fuck, I didn't even come down. I just fucking slept, bro. That was sick. And then eventually it gets to the point where you're taking it on the up and then you're, you know, drinking on it. And it's just, you don't realize that this is a chemical and it's interacting with other chemicals and that can produce different, you know, things in your body. But, you know, the first time you try it, it's just, you know, feels sick usually, or it doesn't. But yeah, like, I think the problem with Xannies or the problem with prescription meds in general is just like, they are so fucking addictive, but they're a downer. And so it's real easy to forget about downers that are addictive because it's not until you get back on the puff or you start coming up that you're like, oh, I need more downers. So that's when you go out and rob shit. But when you're actually down, you're fucking, nobody knows what's going on. You're sleeping for a few days. So I think people often think like, oh yeah, let him take his Xannies. But as long as he's not, you know, on this, this and this, and it's like, no, the Xannies is what's going to lead them to everything else, I reckon.
And then so, like, two parts of the question. At any point in time, did you have any issues with police getting locked up, getting raided?
With drugs? No, never with drugs. With drugs, like, I never got pulled over and searched. I never got patted down in a club. Before I was dealing, I got arrested for having speed on me in a club, but that's the only time I think I ever got properly dicked for drugs. Like, whereas everything else that I've gone to court for or anything has just been either theft or fucking graffiti or fines. Like a couple, like I got the city of Melbourne fucking taking me to court because apparently you can't just park wherever the fuck you want. I didn't know that shit.
And then so like if there was no, you know, no issues with police, I'm going to assume there was no other issues with like competition, etc.
No, there's always people trying to take your shit. Or like I had heaps of things. Like I had a situation where the bunch of dudes wanted to rob me for a pound of weed, and the smartest thing I did was to get them to meet me at a petrol station. and they couldn't do anything at the petrol station because were you gonna fucking get yourself caught on camera with the license plates and just over a pound of weed? Like, nah. So they parked up the street after I told them, like, fuck off. Like, nah, I'm not gonna sell you shit because you're 4 dudes in a fucking Lancer with a $50 note. Like, I don't think this is gonna work out, you know? And so I had to get a mate to come and pick me up. And I fucking had this pound of weed on me in my mate's car. And we turned a corner, and then a cop turns the corner and is like right behind us. And I'm like, fuck no, bro. Like, this is retarded. First, I avoid getting fucking robbed. And now I've got the fucking cops following us. And they pull us over and shit. And I've got the pound stashed underneath the seat. And my mate's like, fuck, bro, fuck. And I'm like, don't worry, man. Like, if anything happens, I'll take everything. Like, I'm going to say it's my buds and all that shit. And the cops come over to the window and they start chatting to us. And then they're like, they get a fucking radio call. And they're like, oh, don't worry, boys, have a good night. And just get right back in their car, turn the sirens on and go straight the other way. And I was like, fuck this, bro. And so I told him to turn the corner, and there was like hard rubbish at the time. Like, it was that time of the month or whatever. And so I stashed the pound underneath a whole bunch of wood. And then he drove me back to my place, and I was just sitting up all night with these 2 big fucking cleavers, just being like, fuck, man. Like, I just had the most fucked up night. Like, there's cunts trying to rob me for this shit. And the thing was, they hit me up on a wicket that I knew was not theirs. So I was like, fuck, they've probably just robbed this cunt and taken his fucking phone or whatever. But yeah, there's heaps of situations like that have happened, you know. But that's all a part of the game.
Just on that particular one, just to backtrack so I got my head around it, you've met them at the petrol station.
Yeah.
And that's where you've organised to catch up.
Yeah.
Why would they want to buy a pound of weed at a petrol station?
They agreed, you know. I would do all of my deals at like Macca's, Nando's, Burger King. Because like, what the fuck am I meeting on a dark fucking corner for? Like, am I a dumb cunt? Like, of course I'm going to put shit in a bag and just pass it off. Like, there's not security dudes sitting at Macca's being like, that looks like he's dealing drugs. Let's get him, boys, get him. There's no security camera like that unless maybe prison or some shit. So, like, I don't get why cunts think they need to be all dodgy and special about fucking selling drugs, bro. It's as easy as just passing an envelope.
And then they've rocked up with a $50 note.
Yeah, they were in a Lancer all scrunched together, like, get in the car. It's all, yeah, bro. And I'm like, nah, I'm not getting in that car. Are you fucking retarded? But, yeah.
Yeah, wow. And then, so, was it any particular incident or anything in particular that made you stop hustling, stop taking drugs? Or like, how did it all come to a halt?
It came to a halt because, you know, I was trying to juggle a relationship, music, you know, having a positive life that's going to take me somewhere in the future, and selling drugs. Like, the selling drugs thing was just a massive weight. It was just this fucking, like, it was like a void, and it was just sucking everything else in. And so as soon as like I was able to just cut off the selling drugs bit, I was just down to buying drugs. And then once I got rid of the buying drugs bit, it was like I now could properly manage. I could actually, you know, focus on these things in my life that will actually last and will actually benefit me, you know. But it's difficult because if you can make 2, 3, 5 grand in a day, what the fuck? Like, why would you stop that? And there's a good reason to stop it, but
for the kids that, you know, because I feel like now, you know, the kids are looking at some of the rap music out of Oz and emulating some of the shit that they're hearing on tracks and seeing in videos, whether it's the violence, the hustling, whatever the case may be. You know, hustling looks pretty glamorous on a TV screen. I think most people that have been involved and been in and out will tell you that's the good part.
Yeah.
And there's the other shit that they don't really show you.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel now looking back on it? Like, how do you feel about it? And do you think it was as glamorous as it was portrayed to be? Or do you think it's all a load of shit? Or
I think everything is nuanced, you know, like everything has its ups and downs and everything is good and bad. But I think that, like, I'm going to probably come across like a bit of a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I probably do anyway. But I reckon that, like, because you know about this whole thing, the war on drugs, yeah? And, like, I just feel like there's so much more to be gained by certain people by keeping this shit alive than there is to be gained by ending it. And so I think there's a big reason for a small group of people to want to glorify drug dealing and want to tokenize certain groups of people and make them seem like they're already bad, and so the only option they have is to sell drugs or to shoot people. Like, I don't understand why people can't see that that's such a blatant insult, that these, like, people, just because of where they come from doesn't mean that they are bad people. It literally just means that they're in a bad situation. And so to assume that they're, you know, that it's some sort of a accomplishment for them to not be a bad person is kind of like, I would take that as a backhanded compliment. Like, like, why am I not just a person who can make the right choices? You know, like, the world around me doesn't have to drive me into crime and stuff like that. I think it's more the fact that other people make it out as if, like, the cool guy with the big gold chain and the big muscles and stuff, that he's, you know, what everybody should want to look like, because look at what he can achieve, right? Even though it all crumbles and fucks up at the end, it's still like, isn't that your fantasy? But the weird thing is that it's nobody's fantasy. It's a made up dream that has been sold to us and we've just bought into it. Like, everybody's actual fantasy is to have a nice, happy life with somebody you love. You know, like, nobody can really argue against that unless you're a fucking narcissist. And so, like, I just think that it's become real marketable and real lucrative to sell narcissism. And that's, you know, drug dealing is one of the most narcissistic things you can do. There's a lot of shit that people don't realize, like, politicians are in the same bed as the drug dealers, you know, but they're not gonna talk about it. They're gonna put on the show like, you're a bad guy, I'm the good guy. In reality, there's no bad guys, there's no good guys. Everybody's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? But
now, so when you've decided that, you know, you're going to kick all the drug shit,
Yep.
you've then decided to go back to America,
Yep.
get yourself sober and clean.
Yep.
Now you've come back to Australia. Obviously, or maybe not obviously, but we assume and anticipate that that means that there'll be some new Lil Sknow music coming out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Anything that you can talk about, fill us in on, or?
I mean, like, I'm talking with people and I'm making sort of like moves happen, but I'm not really like wanting to show them too much because, like, you know, I want everything to be the way it should be before I really like put anything back out there. Because I know that my previous, I guess, like, catalog has been a lot of freestyles, a lot of just, you know, on the drugs, just making it happen, right? Whereas now I want it to be a much more like refined, a much more like professional approach, even though I still want to remain completely independent. But I just want to actually give like some seriousness to the whole thing. And that's why I'm kind of considering just getting rid of the name Lil Sknow, or at least just getting rid of the little part. Because I was also just, you know, everybody already knows me basically as my name, or it doesn't take a long time to search me up and find out I did real estate and there's my, you know, full name. So I was considering maybe just using my, you know, actual name, my birth name, as my artist name. But, you know, I'm still kind of like, you know, it's still a big project that I'm working on. So until everything's like, you know, properly set up and I'm ready to reveal it, then it's all just going to be a big secret.
Now, 2 questions before we get out of here. Number 1, when I look at the list of people that you've worked with, the features, etc., ChillinIt, your Spanions, your Rops, your Huskies, I think you've had some production from Nerve.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's obviously a list of names I'm forgetting, but my point being is that, like, if you listen to just those small handful of names,
Yeah.
they're some of the guys that really popped off on another level and are some of the elite prominent artists as of now.
Yeah.
The one thing that they also all have in common is they're real like bar spitters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like real emphasis on the bars. Now, when I put Lil Sknow next to those rappers, it doesn't seem like musically the emphasis on the bars with you is as heavy as with them.
Yeah.
And usually bar spitters only hang out with other heavy bar spitters. And if they're not a heavy bar spitter, they're off to the side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did you manage to work your way in between so many dope artists?
I mean, I think there's a lot of songs that maybe people overlook and haven't necessarily heard of me or heard of those songs. But there are a lot of songs where if you listen to it, it's just heavy bars. Like, and when I freestyle, I'll freestyle, you know, relatively heavy bars if that's the way it is. But I prefer to have fun with things. So, like, most of my stuff is going to be, like, my main way of looking at my raps is, like, if it makes me laugh, then I want to keep it in there, you know? So, if I say something like, Zan's in a bag and I sell them for a decent price, like, that just cracks me up instantly, right? Whereas, like, in another bar, I'll say, like, you know, they keep on asking if I'm ignorant, but what's the difference in the significance of a hypocrite? And it's like, you know, that's got more lyricism and syllables compared to the other one. But I would much rather listen to somebody saying, Zan's in the bag and I sell them for a decent price. Because it's just like, I'm sick of dwelling on my own shit. I'm sick of pitying myself, you know? Like, I'd much rather listen to somebody that's going to have some fun, you know? Like, we all are going to cry at some point, so why can't we laugh now, right?
And I guess my last question is, in your personal opinion, top 5 artists, rappers, it can be a group, in the country. They don't have to be in order.
Yeah.
But just the top 5
of my favorite
that stand out to you.
Just like my favorite.
Yeah.
Like who I would put on my playlist.
Yeah, but of the current though.
Yeah,
of the current new generation, the top 5 that come to mind. Yeah.
So like Curse is not a part of the new generation.
No, we're going to keep him in there, man. He's part of everything now.
Curse is at the top. Curse is number 1. Fuck. Because I'm a bit of like a drill head. Like, but I listen to mainly like UK stuff. But fuck. Selby is definitely number 2. I'd probably put Wombat at number 3, just because like he's a fucking just a demented rapper, bro. And I'd probably put Alex and Wombat in the same position. You know, they'd have to tie for 3rd. 4th would probably be. I'm trying not to think of old rappers. Probably, to be honest, I'd probably put. Oh fuck! I don't know, because I don't. Fuck. Can I just do those? The top 3. I mean, that's the thing. I can't put it down to my top favorite. Like, I never have a top. I'll listen to somebody non-stop for like a month, and then I'll just not listen to them anymore, and I'll listen to somebody else. Like, I'm a bit like autistic with my fucking how I listen to people. So like, I just think if I'm gonna rate rappers, it wouldn't even be by their rapping skill. It would just be like how they make me sort of feel, and like, you know, that whole thing. But it's hard when it comes to Aussie rap.
The lesson. 927. Oh yeah.